name is Harley Stoffer. I am 26 years old. In August of 2017, I had just turned 18. I was living at home with my parents, and that's when Hurricane Harvey happened. Initially, we had been told that it wasn't really going to be a huge concern, that there was no need to evacuate. That kind of quickly turned into get out if you can. We were living in Groves, Texas. Hurricane Harvey, which was then a tropical storm, just kind of sat over us for 3 days. Little by little each day, the water was getting closer to getting into our house. And that's when I said, I'm getting out of here. I went to a friend's house and I urged my parents to go somewhere else as well. They decided to stay. So I rode it out at my friend's house. My parents called me at about 8 p.m. that night and told me that there was water in the house. So they said they were going to the hotel. And at this point, things were already pretty badly flooded. And I said, well, what route are you taking? They told me that they were taking Highway 73. I urged them not to because even really big trucks were stalling out on that highway. I just kind of swore like, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. And then I want to say at about 10 o'clock at night, I got a call from my grandfather and he said, Harley, have you heard from your parents? I said, well, the last thing I heard was they were going to a hotel. He said, yeah, well, that was the last I talked to them too, and they hadn't answered any of my calls or anything. So now I'm like, okay, where are my parents? And to try to locate them, Facebook had some groups that were search and rescue, and nobody had seen them or their truck. And finally, at about 5 o'clock in the morning, my mom gets a hold of me. They did stall. My dad walked back to the house to get the other truck. After so long of waiting, my mom and brother ended up seeking shelter. There was a couple of places that were open for shelters during the storm, and they had gone to one of those places. We got about 5 feet of water. We lost everything. Everything. The water was so high that it had actually moved our cars out of the driveway. After receiving so much help, my dad was just kind of left to rebuild a house all by himself. He would work Monday through Friday, come home, work on the house, get up on the weekends, work on the house, and he did this for 4 years. He had finally gotten to where he had the electrical ran, and it was up to United States code, but a city inspector had come by. He was just being very nosy. He tells my dad that the electrical does not meet Grove's city code. My dad, I think, was really defeated by that, and in April 2021, he took his life with those electrical wires. Our lives have really been changed now as a result of this storm, because we lost our home, we lost all of our belongings, all of our valuables, our sentimentals, we lost our vehicles, and in the process of trying to rebuild, we ended up losing a loved one too, because the weight that he was carrying trying to rebuild was too much for him. After that, my mom moved out of state. She took my little brother with her. When I saw this scholarship, it gave me a little bit of hope, because I've been through so much, with Hurricane Harvey and in the aftermath of it all. And then it's like, there's people out there who want to help pay for school if you've been through something like that. And even though I haven't been awarded the scholarship yet, it really means a lot to me, because going through a natural disaster is a really hard thing. And it is part of the reason why I held off on seeking a higher education. With Harvey, I got displaced. I was moved out of state for a little under a year because I was couch surfing and it was unstable. So it kind of ruined my plans for higher education, and then life got harder. Now here I am. This is the way I get out of this. This is how I support me and my kids. I go get my degree, get that job, and I build better for myself.